Hi guys, welcome to the flight today as we are down in Hamburg with the 737-800 LevelUP, and we're going to be doing a flight with Xenviro. We've got OpenGL, so we've got the rain effects and everything like that. It snows down in Frankfurt when we come in, so that'll be lovely to see as we get ready to depart out runway 5. Got all of our flex temps with TOPCAT, so we'll be able to get our full takeoff performance, so it should be really nice today to see. So don't forget to like and subscribe guys, leave your comments down below. Now we get inside the aircraft and start the aircraft. Okay, so here we are now in the 737-800 in the LevelUP. We've added a few more settings in the X-Enviro. We've put on the windshield effects now and the volumetric lighting as we use in OpenGL. So we've got a lovely rain in the vicinity today. So as we go overhead now, we can get the battery, which can be on and guarded, standby power is guarded, and ground power is on. Go ahead and get the panel lighting on. We can arm the emergency lights. We can get the chime on with the fasten seat belts, which is checked. We can get the one pump in for the APU, and we can start the APU up. Once that's all aligned, we'll go to bat and ground power. We'll switch the IRSs on to nav, which are checked. Can test the cockpit flight recorder, which is also checked and set. Get the packs to auto, the isolation valves open, and get the APU bleed on. We're going for a flight level today of 330. Over on the charts, and coming down on the arrival, the landing elevation is at 364. So we'll put it to 350. Put a position light on with the anti-collision. As we get the position lights logo, I can go on with the anti-collision, which is all checked. We can go over and get the window heats on, which are all set for us. As we now get all of the lighting on for the aircraft, you can hear the APU come into life as well. Packs are now on and everything as the APU gets ready. So we're going to the FMC, we'll get everything all alert. We'll go into our positioning, we'll Echo Delta Delta Hotel. Go in and take that off for the first GPS. As we go back, that will align the IRS. We're going to be coming in for Frankfurt, and on the departure we're leaving runway 15, and we're going to be using the SID on our charts, which is the Ambul 1 Bravo. There's that. So we'll take the Ambul. As we go on to our departure now, we can get runway 23, we're leaving out for the Ambul 2 Bravo, which is over on our departure, the 1 Bravo. As we then go to our route, we can then get in the next part of our fixes. We've got a mic 852. It's going to take us to Denix. From Denix, we're then going to take Rimmet. From Rimmet, we're going to take the Tango 157. So that takes us to Kerex. And then we're coming in for the Kerex 3 Alpha, runway 25 left. So there's the Kerex 3 Alpha, we're coming in for the ILS 25 left, and we're going to take on for the transition when we come through. We've got the Delta Foxtrot 626, which will be the initial approach point as we need 25 left. So what I might do is I might take the 3 Bravo instead, and then coming in on the 3 Bravo, we can then transition to the Delta Foxtrot 626, which will be fine for us. Just checking over on the departure, we have got a flight level of 320, so we'll just change that quickly. 320, we'll get the packs on and everything after we've set up the aircraft. So now that's all ready, we can go on to our perf, which we're going to get all ready and configured. So, got a reserves of 1, we've got a cost index of 67, going for a flight level of 320. Over on our departure winds, runway coming out, and the cruise, we've got 320-221 at 73. That's going to give us minus 55. Okay, which is checked. Trans altitude is 5,000. Over on our flex temp, coming out for a flex temp of 53, it's +1 degrees. On for takeoff, we're taking a flaps 5, we've got the anti-ice which is going to be on, and for our V speeds we've got a 136, 144, and a 145. We're going to get deleted once we put everything else in. On the runway slope, it's -1, so down 0.1, and runway heading is 152. Coming out on the winds, we've got 200 at 12, which is checked, and we can see throttle reduction for climb 2 is at 1500. We'll put that in for 3000, and the acceleration height we can do for 15. So everything's alright there. As that's all set, we'll just put in our speeds one more time. We've got 136, a 144, and a 145. Okay, which is checked. Go ahead now and get all the pumps on. We can switch over the APUs, go to the APU gen, get the yaw damper in as well, get the electric and engine hydraulics which can all go on. Probes can come on after as we're all set to leave, and the aircraft is now fully configured, ready to go. So, with that all said and done, we get the flight directors on. Leaving out on the departure today. We're going to be leaving out on the 228, which is going to bring us all the way around 2,800 above to Hamburg. So, what we're going to do is going to go into the takeoff, as we only need to climb just a little bit. 800 and then 3,000 in for climb 2, which is fine. It's a nice stable ascend up. So we're leaving out onto the 228. Okay, which is checked. And we're going 2,800 above, so we'll just put in 320. Okay, which is set. Even out the runway, we've got the 115 at 8. Which is in, and we can get Hamburg, which is the, well, we don't need Hamburg actually. So that's fine. TA can go on now for the transponder. And we are now ready to leave, guys, so I'm going to call the tug and we'll get ready to push back. Okay, so tug's now going to drive us up. I just wanted to check down on N1, just wanted to see on the limit, so 90.1 and we need around 87.9. So what we can do is just put in a 52. Okay, so let's do a flex tempo of 45. Okay, put 58 in. We need to rock down, so we're looking for around about 87.9, so that'll be fine. We'll go out on the flex temp 58. Coming out for takeoff, we get our centre of gravity all done, which is 20. Shows 5.5 on the trim. Takeoff speeds are 136, 144.
Okay. All doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect. Set parking brake.
Parking brake is set. We go overhead now and get the packs off. Can go ahead and close all of the doors. The ground service which can be disconnected. Doors can be shut as well. And we are now ready to leave. Auto brake can be RTO, which is checked. And auto throttle is armed, leaving out on a 145 for V2. QNH is out of Hamburg. We've got 1008, which is checked. 008. Let's just wait now. Ready to go. Packs are off.
How connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Okay, parking brake released.
Starting pushback, and you may start the engines.
Okay, so as we are now all ready to go, engine starts can go to both, and we'll go for engine number 2. So we can see N2 increasing. All temps etc. will come to life, 25% will inject fuel, and we see EGT start to increase.
Please set parking brake.
Hey, parking brake is set.
Disconnecting tow, stand by.
Okay, so as the tug gets ready to disconnect, as we can now switch over the buses. We'll go over to Gen 1, we'll get the probes back on, we can get the packs back on. The isolation valve can go to auto, get the engine bleeds on with APU bleed off, and APU can go off as well. Get the engine start switches which can go off, and we've got the engine anti-ice coming out on the departure as well. As the tug now gets ready to drop us down, we are going to get ready to leave. And we can have a look at the taxi chart. So we're going to roll down, we're going to enter in Alpha 4, and then we're going to roll down onto Echo 1, which is going to take us all the way down to 15.
Tower is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed and signal on the left. I'll see you next time, have a safe flight.
See you soon, bye bye. So tug is now ready to go. We can do our flight control test, which we can see. So full left, full right, full forward, full backwards, rudder left and rudder right, which is there. So that can be turned off now, which is set. We're going down for flaps 5. Put on the wing light, and we can go and get our taxi on now, as we are ready to leave. So I'm going to release the parking brake, and we can power on up now to runway 15. Put on the wipers as well, onto low. As we now make our way down to 15, flaps 5 is engaged. There's Alpha 1. Alpha 3. So as we roll round to line up for runway 23, keep thinking we're going from runway 15. So as we go over now, we can get the runway tunnel lights on, strobes can go on as well. Tell the cabin to get ready for departure. And we now line up onto the runway. So as we are now ready to depart, we can go overhead. We'll get our wipers too high. Get the landing lights on, which are checked. Engine start switches are continuous. Got the auto throttle arms for 145 for V2. Got throttle reduction 800 on, come back in for 3000, and we are down for flaps 5. So with the trim now, we want set to 575, which is set, and we are now ready for departure. So we can release the brakes. We can go up to 50%. Stabilised and towed up. As we come through, thrust set.
$80 knots.
Check. Throttle hold. 100 neutral on the column.
V1.
Rotate.
Positive rate.
Gear up.
Gear up.
As the gear now starts to be retracted, 400 checked, auto brake can be turned off as we're going to come down to our V2 plus 15 speed. As we hold out, we can bug up to our flaps 1 as the climb power comes in. 1000 checked, so there's V2 plus 15. As we now lower the nose and increase up and rise through. Following the flight director, as it's just pitched slightly up upping our speed to come back through. We're going to get the autopilot in, which is checked. As we get ready for flaps 1, we can go up to our flaps up speed. Flaps 1 is engaged. Gear can now be turned off. As we roll through, runway tunnel lights can be turned off, on about taxis. Run up for flaps up, flaps can now be retracted and VNAV is now engaged. Passing through 2,000 feet, we're going to get ready to make that left hand turn onto the 123. Which is checked. 2,800 feet above we need to be anyway by the time we get down to Hill. 3,000 feet AGR, then climb power will come back in as we go into that left, holding in on VNAV as we just brush through the clouds on our way up, passing through 3007. We can get the wipers off now as we don't need them as we go into the darkness. Rising up on the 123, we're going to head through or continue that left turn onto the 088, which will then bring us around onto the 114. There's a 088 coming in, passing through 5,000 feet. QNHs can now be turned over, which are checked. Everything overhead seems nice. As you rise up through 5,700 feet, just coming on our progress, we can see it's going to be 497 nautical miles all the way down. So as we make that continuing left, we can take a look outside. As we come through Denix, we're going to ride all the way through and then come into that right. There's Carricks, and then there's our top descent as we ride around all the way in and then start that descent down on the approach, which is going to start at 4,000 feet at Ledkey, which we can see Ledkey 4,000 feet, which is fine. So we are all set and configured now, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it with the Takeoff cinematics. So don't forget to like and subscribe, leave your comments down below, and I'll see you when we get back into the flight deck for our top descent ready to come from Frankfurt from way 25 left. flight deck as we are ready to start our final preparations onto our descent, ready to come through as we get ready to reset the MCP altitude and bring it down to 4,000 feet, which of course set as we'd climbed up to 370 on a step climb, as optimum was around 385, so we went up to 370. We're just about to take a right hand turn now, which is going to take us all the way to Carricks onto the 198. as we start to prepare the aircraft ready for our arrival into Frankfurt. We've got light snow in Frankfurt now, so the snow is starting to dissipate. As we go into that right hand turn, we're ready to make our arrival. We're going to be coming in for auto brake number 2. We've got a VREV 30, which is going to give us a 144. And the approach is going to be a 151, so we're going to plus 7 now. We're looking for 61.5 tonnes on arrival. As we can see, VREV 30 is 144, which TOPCAT has got perfect, and we're going to plus 7 now, which will then give us down for a 151, which is checked. We've got 11115, which we can pre-arm. So there's a 11155, which is checked. As we make this right to left-hand turn, which is going to bring us onto Kerix, which is the start of our arrival. As you can see on the plan, we're going to come down. Once we start at the top of descent, we're just going to basically swing around and then come in on the Foxtrot 626. As you can see it right there. So we've got METARs and everything down for the arrival. Got 19009. Also got the descent page, which is done on the forecast, which I put in, which is already set for us. As we start out on top of descent now, we'll see the vertical deviation show up here. We'll see a little pink magenta, which will be right here, which will be the vertical deviation over on the navigational display. Going for a VREV 30 plus 7, which will give us a 151 coming on the arrival. On for the auto brake number 2, 4,000 metres down for 25 left. And the landing distance required is 2,145, so it's going to leave us a 860 metre margin. We're looking to try and get out on the Mike 23 taxiway and then roll off onto the arrival. On elevation of 364, which we're not plugged in, 350, as it's closer to the nearest 50. 370, which we are now going to get ready to leave, as our top of descent is right there in view, as we just roll around onto that left. And then we'll take Kerix back down onto the 247. So there's 198 back to the 251. Top descent point is coming in now. QNHs are 1015, which is checked. There's that top of descent coming in now. 1015, which is also checked. As we see, the vertical deviation is in, and we can also check the vertical bearing, which will show us on our descent. So as we now pass through 36,000 feet, the aircraft is in its descent mode, and we're following the VNAV path, so that means the aircraft will follow the vertical deviation on the flight director. It won't care about the speed. We could overspeed right now if we needed a 4,000 foot descent. Wanted to take it out, they put on speed intervention now. They did change it to keep VNAV path in, but usually when you used to press it in the Zebo, it used to flick it over to VNAV speed, so then the aircraft will act like a level change and adjust its pitch to the speed that we need. So we put the auto brakes to R, we get the fasten seatbelt signs on, and engine start switches can go to continuous, as we are now ready to come down. Got the engine anti-ice on as we pass through flight level 330. Course is coming down onto the runway. It's going to be 247, which is checked and set. We are currently 53 nautical miles away from Frankfurt as we do our bendy winding, coming down at 3,000 feet per minute. So the aircraft has got the descent all planned for us, so we'll see what the VNAV does as it comes round. Plugging in on the 111.15, which is in, and in, which is pre-armed as well. So we're pretty much going to basically come through Kerix. We're going to take a left-hand turn. Once that right-hand turn, we're going to pass through grid, which is 110.8, and then we're going to swing around. And the grid's going to be on the 247 from the 251. So I put the 251 in now, which is checked. 247 on both courses, auto brake is 7 over 2. As we steep descent coming down. As we check down our progress, we're going to arrive down at 503 and 88 nautical miles to our end of descent. So 459 predicted. So for our end of descent, which will be for 4,000 feet, it'll be around 3 minutes before arrival. Let's pass through 29,000 feet, and we can just start to see Frankfurt in view as we come around. So we'll see if we get some snow showers on our way in. Passing through 28,000 feet, throttles are in their arm position. As we're coming down, the engine anti-ice on, so we're going to have a higher idle thrust, as I have showed before in my previous videos, so be sure to check that out. Brakes armed, the aircraft's doing a good job of descending, and we aren't needing any speed brakes as of yet. Speed's coming down 298 all the way until we fly down to 10,000, which will be the Delta Foxtrot 414, which is right here. That's where we're going to slow down then to take over onto that left. Now we could have took the initial fix, but I want to get down for 25 left, which is right here. So this is the Delta Foxtrot 626, as obviously the other two are for the other two runways, 25 left and whichever runway that is sitting next to it, which is going to be 25 right, 25 centre and 25 left. So Delta Foxtrot 626 coming in. Let's pass through 25,000 feet. The aircraft's coming down like a rocket. It's doing a good job. So we'll let it do what it has to do. 9 knot winds coming in, 190 hitting on the runway. A crosswind of 2 knots. We do come down on the departure. The arrival, should I say. Minimum's coming down on the runway is going to be 562 for 200 feet. As is checked. And 101.5 is set on the QNHs as well. Let's roll on to the 247 now. Passing through flight level 240. Translevel coming through is 5,000 feet, which will get set. Passing through, we've set the Delta Foxtrot 626, will be for 4,000 above, as you can see, and then we'll rise down all the way through to 4,000 via the Delta Foxtrot 623, which is going to be right here, and then we are ready and set for the arrival of 4,000 feet lead ski, which is 11.3 DME from the India Foxtrot Sierra Whiskey, localizer 12 DME from Frankfurt VOL, which is 4.2, which we've got in coming down on the 3-degree glide path, and we've got a 151, so on the far end scale of around 780, so we'll call it around 800 feet per minute. You can see the airport, which is going to be just over to us. You can see it over on the left. You see the descent is pretty wicked as well. Now we get the speed brakes open. The aircraft is descending at a rapid rate, so I'm sure the passengers are having the time of their life back there. Probably reminds me of Alton Towers. Pass through 3005. Can slow the aircraft down as we are going to get ready to come in. We've got 240, 272 now, so the aircraft is going to start to decel once we pass through the Delta Foxtrot 408. Which is 298. 270, and I'll bug that in. That shot the speed down as we come down onto that left hand bend. Speed brakes can go back in, they'll be armed as we get ready for the left hand turn, which is going to bring us on to the 157-067. And she's checked. Aircraft decels now to 270. Passing through 17,005. meters, got light snow, passing through 16,009. As we make this final left-hand turn. Incoming, so just get the throttle to help in hand as they're in arms, so they are disconnected from the servo, so we can manually input the throttle input. Passing through 16,002. See the sun now start to rise. Passing through 10,000 feet, get the aircraft fully ready and configured to come in with 1015 down on the QNH, auto brake number 2. Going in for a VREV of 144 plus 7. It's going to give us a 151 flaps 30, which is already safe. Let's make a left hand turn. Just going to take us on to 067. We'll follow that all the way up now until we turn around and ready for the arrival in. On for the cloud layers, we've got a few clouds at 300 feet, we've got broken clouds at 500 and overcast at a height of 1800. There's snow in the vicinity, so I'm not sure if X-Enviro will show with the OpenGL. Find out though. As we now move on to that 067, you can see the aircraft has to keep on adjusting its throttle response going down as well, which is probably just something to do with the aircraft as it's just come out, so there'll probably be some updates as it comes in. That's passed through 13,000 feet, ready for 4,000. At 500 feet, we get the landing lights on at 10,000. Then we get ready to turn in for the approach. Passing through 11,007. 562 Barrow for a 200 foot decision. Its final preparations for our descent down into Frankfurt, so 4,000 feet, which is bugged over on the MCP altitude, coming down on the 067, as well as got tailwind before we roll on in. Landing lights now can be turned on, which I'll check to colour cabin to get ready for the arrival. As we pass through 10,000 feet, ready to make that right hand turn. We're going to come in at 11.3 DME from the localizer, so we're going to switch them over now. Going down to 250 for 10,000, and then we'll swing around onto 4,000 feet and continue the descent. So as we get ready now to bring the controls over, make sure we don't knock out the autopilot. There we go. So we're going to that right hand turn, which is going to take us on to the 247. Which is checked. Let's see what it does here. If it goes too steep on the descent, then we'll knock it back. 2,000 feet, that's fine. As we swing into that right hand turn now, ready to intercept. Still got lead key to come through to, so now the aircraft can follow down its restrictions all the way to 240 and then 231 for the Delta Foxtrot 623. Passing through 8009. As we swoop around into that right hand turn, ready for the arrival. Wait for the ILS to come in as well, which is the 111.15, which we've got set, 11115 on both sides, which are set and cross-checked. Coming in for the approach, we've got auto brake set for number 2, coming in on the rev 30 plus 7, which is 151. We've got a flaps 30 setting. Now as we make that right hand turn to come down onto the 247, the aircraft will be fully configured to come in. 11.7 DME is the start of the common slope, and from Frankfurt VOR, that is a 12 DME out. So there's our decel as we're still a little while out from the ILS. You can see our decel point from 240, that'll be where we'll start to get the descent ready. There's the Delta Foxtrot 622, which is going to line us up just before lead key onto the 621, which is our initial approach fix for 4,000 feet. So as we go into the horrible weather now, we can see what the X-Enviro OpenGL has in store for us. Whether we've got some rain, snow, or if it's just going to be clear. So it says light snow, so you'll see. Let's pass through 7,000 feet. If there is any snow before we break the cloud layer, then I will keep wipers on, as it might come back as it used to the other with the Zero. As we hold 240 still all the way for the 623. As we pass through 6005. So we're just waiting for the localizer to come in. Then we can switch over as we're going to come down for 4,000 feet before we get to lead key. As temperature now starts to rise. It's currently 1 degree down in Frankfurt. There's QNHs which can go over now to 1015, which is checked. As we pass through 5006. Still staying for 240. As we can see our decel point. I just check back over on for Frankfurt. We're still 23 nautical miles out, so 12 nautical miles, that's where we're going to come in as we continue down through 5,000 feet. You can just see some of the airport breaking through. There's 4,000 that we're going to hold for. I'm going to stay for 240 all the way down until we get to the 621, which is just before lead key, which is our initial approach fix. So we are pretty much leveled up now. The aircraft's going to level for 4,000, and we are fully configured to come in now. So we might see some rain, we might not. We'll just have to wait and see. As it say, there's light snow, so hopefully we do get to see it, because it was here before I started the flight, so I did have a look just to see. We can see the strobe effect coming in on the clouds as we're now going to hold for 4,000 feet. It's going to be for the Delta Foxtrot 622, so this will be the volumetric lighting with the strobe effect coming through the clouds. Talking about 4,000 feet. The ILS has now come in for the India Foxtrot Sierra Whiskey for the 242 with 220 nautical miles out now from runway 25 left. So, localizer will be in. We'll activate the localizer just a little bit closer. For 4,000, which is checked. Courses and heading is both set for 247. Got flaps 30 as the wind is 99 knots down. So we'll see what the aircraft has in store for us as we're going to start the glide slope down at 4,000 feet, which is going to be at 11.2 DME from the localizer, which is right here. There, which is set. So the weather seems to have cleared up by the looks of it. Come to 217, and get the approach on. We've got the single channel anyway, and the VR's in 425 left. Just come down for 4,000 feet. So our flaps up now. Then we've got 168 by the initial fix, because the key is going to be the start of the descent. We can come down into a flaps 5. As we let the VNAV take control of that for the time being, once we go down to flaps 15, gear down, it will give us back the speed intervention, and then we can manually put down the 151, which is coming in. So there's the glide slope now, just slowly making its way down. You'll see it go pink. Takeoff holds on now for flaps 5. Now we go to flaps 15, gear down. Turflights can be turned on as well.
Gear down, 3 greens.
Check. Flaps 15, gear down, set. So going for our landing checklist. So we've got the single channel in for the ILS, which is the 111.15, and the 247 course, which is indicated. Also rate number 2 coming down for flaps 30, VRAM 144 plus 7, which goes to 151 on the approach speed. We've got decision height at 200 feet for 562 MDA coming down. So there's the glide slope now coming in as we descend down into lovely Frankfurt. Weather's clear, so it did say light snow, but that's probably moved on as it was right on the borderline of Frankfurt as it was just moving over to the right. As we come in, so the aircraft, once you come past this highway, just moving over to the left parallel, we'll then get down flaps 30, come down into 151. Still 9 nautical miles. Plus 3,400 feet. So you can be engaged, 151, which is set on the VREP speed. And speed brakes are armed.
$2,500.
So you can see it's just past the final fix. 25 left. Now nice and smooth as we approach down into lovely Frankfurt today. 6.6 DME out, and we are fully configured now. Flaps 30. Go around is on the instrument panel. and a missed approach if we needed to, which I highly doubt is going to happen today. It'll be for 5,000 feet. So 5,000 is set. So enjoy the arrival, guys. 5 meters to go. And what we can do is we can do some manual flying. So as I'm happy now, and the schedule is the pilot and the auto throttle. And now I have controlled the aircraft. So as I keep the aircraft nice and controlled, coming down, trying to go too much on our speed. Now 1,000 chains. And we'll just line back up on for 2.5. Got winds blowing us back 13 knots.
Approaching hundreds. Minimum.
Continue.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Okay, speed brakes are on. And reversers are active. Pressure on the column as we realign ourselves. 80 knots, reversers can be stowed.
80 knots.
And idle on the column. 60 knots, all the brakes can be disarmed. As we now get ready to ride into a lovely Frankfurt, guys. So the weather was clear, as it was snowing pretty bad on the way down. So we'll see if we can catch it next time. As we get ready to vacate, we are looking for the mic 2.3, if we can just quickly see. So there's the mic 1.7, we can come off the mic 1.7, which is fine for us, as we now get the aircraft taxied off of the runway. So here we are, guys, in a lovely Frankfurt. Speed brakes can be disarmed, as we now get the flaps retracted. And off we come off at runway 25 left. Flaps fully retract now. Get the auto brake off. We can turn off our landing lights as well, so we get everything all configured back to normal. The taxis can go back on, engine start switches can go back off. Position light, we can get the APU on, which will be about a minute and a half, or 2 minutes after arrival. Which will be checked, low oil pressure, and we are now all ready to come in. So there we are, guys, down in lovely Frankfurt. I'm going to leave you with the landing cinematics, so don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you for the next available flight on the channel, where hopefully we see some more rain and snow. So I'll see you all very soon. Bye bye.